There's a dark secret, hiding behind the glittering lights of Africa's largest city, home to over 21 million people, a hub of finance, culture, and entertainment in Nigeria. Yet it's ranked among the worst places to live on Earth. According to a global report, Lagos ranks just above Damascus, a city torn by civil war. Hard to believe for a place once called Africa's Dream City, but the real mystery is how Lagos was built in the first place. Why choose thin strips of islands, tangled lagoons, and salt-soaked marshes to build a megacity? Who made that decision, and what went so terribly wrong? Some experts say Lagos wasn't planned, it was forced into existence, grew out of chaos, driven by geography, war, and greed. Could Lagos be an urban experiment gone horribly wrong, or the long-term victim of a hidden economic and political agenda? Join me as we uncover the secrets of Lagos, a city once filled with hope, now standing as a warning to the world. Like the video, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications, because stories like this you won't want to miss. Have you ever imagined a mega city of 21 million people beginning as a fishing camp and a pepper farm? Lagos, Africa's largest city, started from a small town named Asheri, a place where the first settlers were descendants of a Yoruba hunter. With powerful empires like Dahomey, Benin, and Oyo surrounding them on three sides, the inhabitants faced constant attacks. They had no choice but to seek refuge, and so they turned to the islands in the lagoon, believing water would protect them. One of the leaders, known as the White-Capped Chief, established a new settlement on the island, a fishing camp and a pepper plantation. But by the end of the 16th century, the Kingdom of Benin, one of West Africa's most formidable empires, launched an assault with weapons and warships, taking control of Lagos for over 150 years. Meanwhile, European traders, especially the Portuguese, began to appear. At first, they saw Lagos as insignificant, except for one thing: slaves. They left to focus on other ports. But by the late 1700s, the King of Lagos, perhaps driven by the need for power and commerce, officially invited Portuguese slave traders back, establishing a station in the city. Lagos, once a sanctuary, slowly transformed into a major slave trade hub for global markets. It is a grim truth that a city's very existence was built on the shackles of thousands of people. But then, a great shift awaited Lagos, a shift from immense wealth through the slave trade to a colonized territory. But how did a city so strong fall into British hands? By the early 19th century, Lagos had become an incredibly important center for the slave trade, thanks to the booming trade along the West African coast. The rulers of Lagos amassed fortunes, luxuries, political power. However, the rise of new international forces like the French Revolution and the European Wars set off a chain of events that would change everything. One of the most pivotal changes came with Britain's intervention in Lagos. As slavery was abolished and the British government banned the trade, they began searching for new opportunities in the region, particularly Nigeria's palm oil industry. Motivated by anti-slavery ideals and missionary efforts, the British also pursued economic interests. Meanwhile, internal politics in Lagos were constantly shifting. A conflict between King Akko and his nephew Kosoko destabilized the city, making it a strategic target for Britain. In 1851, after a powerful naval attack, the city was severely damaged. Kosoko was forced to sign a treaty ending the slave trade. 2 years later, in 1862, Lagos officially became a British colony. This not only marked the end of the city's autonomy, but it also opened a new chapter under British colonial rule. Imagine a city once called repulsive and debauched, now the center of development. A place once considered one of the poorest, now trapped in an inescapable urban sprawl. That's Lagos. Travelers like Richard Burton and Mary Kingsley once described Lagos as a miracle of depravity. But when the British took control, the city underwent a stunning transformation. New trading hubs emerged, electricity and telephones were installed, turning Lagos into a modern city. Carter Bridge, railways, and a water plant were built. Lagos became beautiful, with architecture blending Portuguese, Brazilian, and Victorian British styles. But on October 1st, 1960, when Nigeria gained independence, Lagos's rapid growth began to cause serious urban issues. Population skyrocketed, but infrastructure couldn't keep up, creating sprawling slums all over the city. Lagos, once deemed unlivable, now faces an ironic paradox: rapid development, but riddled with challenges. A city brimming with potential, yet beset by harsh realities. Imagine living in a place with no clean water, where garbage floods the streets. What would you do? In the 1990s, Lagos faced a massive shock. The population surged, but infrastructure failed to catch up. The military, then in control, didn't invest in essential services. The result? The city descended into chaos, lack of services and resources. Clean water, once considered a basic need, became a luxury for Lagos's residents. Though the city is surrounded by freshwater rivers, over half its population had no access to clean water. The city requires 540 million gallons a day, but supply only meets 210 million gallons, a staggering imbalance in resource management. Even Lagos's lagoon, the city's main water source, was heavily polluted with heavy metals like lead, chromium, nickel, and copper. As a result, Lagos had to import most of its water, costly and adding further strain to the city's budget. The government estimates that $2.5 billion would be needed to fix the water crisis, double the city's entire annual budget. But water isn't the only problem. Lagos also faces a massive waste issue. Every day, the city produces about 15,000 tons of waste, enough to fill over 500 transport containers. Yet this waste is not properly collected and ends up spilling into the streets, public spaces, and the lagoon. Despite efforts to improve waste management, people's habit of littering remains a major challenge. This serves as a harsh lesson about the importance of planning infrastructure from the start. Without proper investment in basic services, cities like Lagos can quickly spiral into black holes of desperation. Lagos, the largest city in Africa. It's a place weighed down by a myriad of infrastructure problems, from clean water shortages to waste management crises, transforming it into one of the most challenging cities to live in. If it were you, would you have the courage to survive here? And the burning question, will the ongoing efforts to improve be enough to truly reshape the future of Lagos? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you won't miss the next journey into the unknown. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.